Hi, in this video we'll be looking at the value proposition and key features of the Lowara GHVR variable speed booster set. There are a number of key features that set the GHVR apart from others in the market. It comes in multiple pump configurations with twin, 3 and 4 pump booster sets available as standard, and the sets could be sized and set up to either run in duty assist or duty standby, depending on your application. In many commercial building services applications, it is common to have at least one standby pump working alongside one or more duty pumps. In terms of performance, each pump can be sized to achieve a flow rate ranging from 5 cubic meters per hour all the way up to our biggest reduced space version ESV with a design flow rate of 22 cubic meters per hour. The sets can also achieve a closed valve pressure of up to 16 bar. So as you can see from the performance chart, the GHVR can be sized for a wide range of water boosting applications. With regards to motors, we can offer either single or 3-phase supply depending on the size of the pump. The kilowatt size of the motor on each pump ranges from 0.55 up to 22 kilowatt. The motors are rated to IP55 as standard, offering good ingress protection against water or dust. And as we use standard IEC spec motors, we can offer a wide range of modifications to the motor, such as anti-condensation heaters, improved protection, different paint spec, and so on. The GHVR range is suitable for drinking water applications, with all wetted parts on the pump being made from 304 stainless steel. The GHVR range also comes with RAS approval as standard. So, let's move on to the key features of the Lowara GHVR booster set range. These are the unique space-saving design, the premium Hydrovar Variable speed drive, the robust ESV Vertical Multistage Pump, and the highest possible motor and drive combination efficiency. Let's start with the design of the GHVR. To summarise, unlike any other booster set on the market, the GHVR uses a unique space-saving design with the suction and discharge manifold on the same side. So in this slide, you can see the side profile of the set showing the suction manifold on the bottom with the discharge manifold just above. Those who have used our reduced space sets in the past may notice that the control panel has now been moved from the end of the booster set to the front and centre. We have listened to feedback over the years that the control panel was too difficult to access with it being too close to the floor, and therefore recently changed the position of the panel to make it easier to commission and service. Now in this slide we can compare the difference between the GHVR set on the right to a traditional booster set on the left. The majority of all booster sets on the market use the inline configuration. However, as previously mentioned, the GHVR booster set has a suction and discharge manifold on the same side, giving it a more compact design. So in a typical real-world application, compared to an inline booster set, the footprint of the pipework is significantly reduced. You can see this with the shaded area shown in the graphic. This ultimately gives the installer more floor space within the plant room. The yellow area shows the extra floor space now available. The real-world benefit to the installer is that they can now fit other equipment in the newly available space. With the majority of all booster sets being used for water supply to service high-rise blocks of flats, you may only get a small basement to install a booster set in. So plant room space is at an absolute premium, especially if there wasn't a booster set already fitted in that building. As water companies reduce the pressure on the incoming mains feed, and modern appliances such as showers needing higher and higher pressure, booster sets are needed more and more for older buildings. Other benefits include having a neater installation in your plant room. This is due to the set being able to be pushed right up against the back of the wall and still have enough room to access the controls. It also makes for a safer working environment for you and your engineers, as they don't have to be climbing over legs of pipework when it comes to servicing the plant room. So, to summarise, installing a GHVR booster set gives you more room in your plant room, gives you a neater install and a safer working environment. Moving on to our second key feature, which is the premium Hydrovar Variable Speed Drive. And just to state, all GHVR units use the latest generation of Hydrovar Premium Variable Speed Drive. So, just a brief introduction into the Hydrovar. It's our motor-mounted, modular variable speed drive. It was first introduced in 1993 and one of the first pump-specific variable speed drives on the market. Other drives were available at that time. However, the Hydrovar was one of the first drives dedicated to a pumping system, rather than a universal, multi-use, multi-application drive. Over the years, there's been a number of improvements with the 5th generation of the drive in production today. The photo on the right shows the 1st generation Hydrovar with its big boxy design next to the modern day equivalent. We use variable speed drives on booster sets for a number of different reasons. The main purpose of a variable speed drive is to adapt the speed of the pump to suit the demand in the application. For a typical water boosting application, with a booster set being used for a block of flats, let's say, the demand is not constant throughout the day. You will get peaks of water usage in the morning, when the occupants first wake up, and in the evening when everyone returns home from work. However, during the middle of the day and at night, the water consumption is minimal. Therefore, a variable speed drive will adapt the speed of the motor to suit these changing requirements. It will speed up the pump motor when the demand is high and reduce the speed when the demand is low. This can save energy up to 70% compared to a fixed speed system. As the pump is not running flat out all of the time, you can also see benefits such as reduced operation noise and increased motor bearing life. So, in the next couple of slides, we are going to go through the key features of the Hydrovar. Let's start off with the multi-master control. Each Hydrovar acts like a master drive rather than master-follower operation, which is common on some of the booster sets in the marketplace. The benefit of multi-master is that if one of the drives was to stop working or encounter an error, it would not cause the whole set to stop. The other drives on the set would realise that there was a fault and take the duty drive's place, ensuring that there is a true duty standby operation. Again, to ensure that there is no single point of failure, each drive has its own pressure transducer, so if there is ever an issue with the sensor, the set would not stop working. Just to reiterate that point, not all booster sets on the market work in this way, with many relying on one master drive or panel to control other follower drives. The Hydrovar can communicate with local BMS systems through the two most commonly used protocols in building services applications, which is Modbus and BACnet via RS485. This is a standard built-in feature of the Hydrovar and doesn't require any additional hardware. The Hydrovar has built-in electrical protection, which include over and under voltage, over current, and motor over temperature. Built-in dry run protection for either a float switch in the brake tank or a pressure switch on the suction. It also monitors the status of the pressure transducer and monitors the temperature of the drive itself. It stops the set in event of a burst pipe, reducing the impact of flooding within the plant room. The GHVR booster set and Hydrovar also come with a slow fill mode, which protects the pipework from hydraulic shock in the event of a power cut. During a power cut, water could be taken from the pipework but not replaced by the booster set. Once power is restored, the drives may see a sudden drop in pressure and start all pumps on the set to replenish the line. However, this sudden rush of pressure can cause water hammer or damage the pipework, leading to a burst. The Hydrovars can be programmed so that in the case of a power cut, run at a slower setting for a short time before switching back to the original set point. The Hydrovar is easy to use with a large backlit LCD screen, which makes programming in a dark plant room a touch easier. It's easy to program and has a built-in startup wizard when installing the drive for the first time. And it only uses 4 buttons on the front of the drive to navigate the menus. It doesn't require any additional equipment or phone app to control. And with the new generation of the Hydrovar, we have improved the design of the drive. It now comes with an easy access wiring chamber on the side of the unit. It is built in a robust IP55 aluminium casing. It uses only high quality electrical components to ensure a long life. And perhaps one of the biggest selling points is that it is a modular motor mounted drive. This means that if the drive was to fail for any reason, the drive could be swapped with another unit straight off the shelf. The drive and motor are separate and not specific to the pump. And the drive is motor mounted using 4 metal clamps that are easy to fit and can be done with just a screwdriver. No specific tools required. We can now talk about the robust ESV Vertical Multistage Pump. And as the slide says, all GHVR booster sets use the ESV multistage. In terms of the hydraulics of the pump, to ensure the longevity of the unit, we use specially designed impellers to ensure that the axial force acting on the top and bottom sides of the impeller is balanced. This reduces strain on the hydraulic end and improves the lifespan of the motor bearings. On pumps with motors larger than 5.5 kilowatt or heavier than 30 kilograms, the ESV comes fitted with a cartridge mechanical seal as standard. This allows for a single engineer to attend site and replace the mechanical seal safely and quickly, as the motor remains in place and does not need to be lifted from the wet end. All ESV units come fitted with a high efficiency IE3 motor in a standard IEC spec. This means in the event of a failure, a standard off-the-shelf motor can be used as a replacement. This also allows for motors specially suited for harsh environments or improved protection to be fitted. The last key feature we will be covering today is the set efficiency. And to summarise, the GHVR booster set has the highest possible efficiency rating for a drive and motor combination. In 2014, the European Union put in place a new standard that for the first time defines the efficiency classes for inverters and electric drive systems. In this standard, it introduces the IE rating for inverter efficiency and the IES rating for the power drive system efficiency. Up until this point, there wasn't a standard that would rate the efficiency of how a variable speed drive operates, meaning installers would not be able to determine which driver in the marketplace was the most efficient. With the standard now in place, the Hydrovar has the highest possible IE rating of IE2, and when fitted to a Lowara motor, has the highest IES rating of IES2. So the installer can be sure that if they fit a GHVR booster set, that they are installing a set with the best-in-class inverter efficiency. This concludes the presentation on the Lowara GHVR. Thank you for watching the video. For more information, please contact your local Xylem sales office or visit xylem.com/UK.